What's up guys, this is Sapphire and I am bringing you effectively Game 3 of the Blizzard Southeast Asia Invitational Finals. Now we've got RedArchon spawning as the Blue Terran, just to be confusing, and Ice spawning as the Red Zerg. Now these colors were reversed. I thought it was nice when RedArchon was red and Ice, you know, being ice cold, was blue. It was kind of nice and easy there, but now Ice is red and RedArchon's blue, so that's going to confuse the hell out of me. But who cares, here we go. The first best of 3 is out of the way. This is double elimination, and RedArchon 2-0'd it. Now, I feel that Ice is just probably filled with adrenaline from the fact that he's come a guaranteed second so far in this Southeast Asia Invitational. He's got a guaranteed $2,000 coming his way. He's guaranteed to be going to Blizzcon to represent Southeast Asia in the tournament in California. So he's got a massive prize, but this is for the tournament champion, all the respect, and an extra $1,000 in prize money, which is nothing to be sneezed at. Once again going for the 10 gas cancel, but we're on Metalopolis right now, which is largely considered to be the only balanced map, the only tournament grade map, and we are cross-positional. RedArchon is all the way across the map. It's quite a long distance, and we are seeing this scouting drone come out. As I remarked in an earlier game, I do like the fact that he's using 10 gas cancel for scouting. 9 Overlord is better, but only if you're going to scout around 14, 15. You can sort of get around it at 13, but it works out nicer for 9 Overlord to scout at 14, 15, and if you're going to scout at 10, 11, it is actually better to gas cancel. Now we are seeing both players just scouting right now, looking like we might actually see a standard game. Fancy that, after that crazy game 2. But I feel that Ice was just a little bit rattled, a little bit nervous. We are seeing a very early hatchery coming in down here, and going into 14 pool into 14 hatch, which is a very interesting build. He's leaving supply room to build Zerglings right now. No Overlord on the way, so we may actually see a wave of Zerglings produced to defend this. This is an interesting build by Ice. Little bit unconventional. Wants to get some non-speed Zerglings to defend this hatchery in case there's some kind of bizarre shenanigans comes out. No Reaper yet, and no gas coming from RedArchon, so this is a little bit odd. A little bit of a non-standard opening from both players, so this might be something that they've had banked and dusted off and prepared especially for each other in this map. Now we did note that Ice actually knocked RedArchon down out of the upper bracket early on, so not quite sure why this this Marine was so scared right there. If he got his buddy, he would have been able to chase off those Zerglings and actually snipe that Overlord. I think that RedArchon may actually have designs on that Overlord. He's just being a little bit cautious right now, which is not what he needs. This SCV is picking up this scouting. It sees what's going on right here, and he does know about that expansion, which is absolutely crucial for him to have knowledge of. Building a bunch of SCVs, and he's countering by getting an expansion of his own. So both players looking to settle into the macro elements of this game and cross-positional expanding this early. I would think that we might actually see a game that goes past the 6-minute mark, which is, you know, for these two players apparently surprising. But Command Center almost done right now. Ice is just going to try and nudge his way in with his Zergling and try and scout there, but it's not going to pick up too much information. Going to see the Command Center though, which is pretty integral, and he is throwing down a Spine Crawl. I think he's being a little bit defensive right now. I do really think that Ice is being quite rattled by that opening and that first best of 3 just going down so fast. He tried cheese, and it's one of the few cheeses available to Zerg. He did try and 6 pull right there, and it just didn't work effectively. Sacrificing an Overlord right here to see what's going on. He needs to know about these barracks, which he's going to pick up right now. He needs to know if there's early factories. Is he going pure metal? No, he is seeing these 2 barracks, as well as he knows about the barracks at the front, so this is good. Going to lose that Overlord, not trying to run with it. It's too late, he can't run, just trying to get as much information as possible, realizing it's heavy bio and looking like he's just going to run for it. Good reaction right here as we see the Baling Nest immediately going up. That's that scouting action in it. That's that result of that scouting action, so that's really quite nice here. Both players pretty good on the scouting, checking for any kind of funny business. Ice just trying to get a glimpse of this main, while we see RedArchon just trying to pick up if there's any hidden hatcheries, maybe a really cheeky 3rd expansion going up. There is another Overlord position, so it can actually do a nice sacrifice scout, and RedArchon is being defensive as well, throwing up a bunker outside his expansion, Spine Crawler outside Ice's expansion, so both players quite defensive right now, and I like the positioning of this Baneling Nest. It means if he scans the main for tech, he's not going to hit it. He's only going to hit it if he scans the expansion or sends an SCV. So that's quite nice here. We are seeing this SCV continuing to scout from RedArchon. I like the fact that he's just not giving up, and a lot of Zerglings being produced right now. Very defensive. There's that scan on the main, not picking up the tech of the Baneling Nest. And right now, RedArchon has to be a little bit confused about the lack of lair, and I like this by Ice. The moment the lair finishes, the scan finishes rather, he goes straight into lair. This SCV is going to pick up on these Zerglings, so unfortunately he's going to know there's lots of Zerglings coming out right there. But he didn't see the Baneling Nest, not yet. So until he knows about that Baneling Nest, he's not going to be able to react accordingly. Now he's got to be careful, because if Ice turns into mass Baneling here, he can do a lot of damage, especially in the middle of this channel if he can get units stuck right now. Throwing down a missile turret, which is an interesting choice. Obviously concerned about a hidden lair at his expansion, is really worried about mutas right now, but we are seeing Banelings walking in to the north, no Banelings to the south, even though he does have a pool of gas right there. So curious as to how well this attack is going to be executed, whether he goes to the SCV line or for a bust, but Zergling's going in the front, trying to distract. Now this Baneling's going for the SCV line, not really getting many though, and that was defended pretty well. These Zerglings now pulling back, and this just turtling play by RedArchon, triple bunker, no, quad bunker, is just working out really well. They're able to defend that pocket quite nicely, and the command center took really more damage than the actual SCVs did. Now Ice is in a little bit of a situation, because he's on 2 base versus 2 base, and the Terran is very established right now. So I'm not sure that he's in a very good position at all, because now he's taking his third. The Baneling bust has basically failed. It was more of a Baneling harass, and we're seeing RedArchon continuing to scout right here, and he's now throwing down a factory finally, after he's got this 3 racks expansion going on into hardcore turtling, getting +1 upgrades. So he is trying to upgrade his bio ball, but right now I feel that the Banelings are going to be able to deal with this really well. But it's just a case of Ice reacting accordingly, because he's going to need to come up with something to get him back in this game, and I don't know if this third natural right here is really going to do it for him. I would have actually liked to see something a little bit aggressive and take the gold and just be hugely aggressive in maintaining control of these Xel'Nagas, because that's the drawback of taking the gold. It is a nice position simply because you've got this frowning face here on Metalopolis with the 2 eyes and the mouth right there. But if you do take it, and Terran will just send siege tanks and heavily defend the Xel'Naga and then just bombard your gold expansion. But he needs to do something, some kind of aggressive play to get him back in this. Starport coming online and a plethora of upgrades, even an armory going down right now, second engineering bay, so he can get more upgrades going on.